So this is like my first video in like about a month at this point. You'll notice I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy right here. I like the game so far as much as I don't like J.K. Rowling and what she's doing and what she's been saying on Twitter for like a million years at this point. Like, as much as I do not support what she says and like all that stuff, I'm not gonna get into that anymore. I do enjoy the game as it is, right? Like, I think it's a decent game aside from the optimization on PC. Because it is genuinely fucking horrible, man. Like, you'll notice right now that, you know, like my usages and like my frame rates, they're very high, they're very good. Like, that's good. Like inside, like in here, like this is actually not actually how it was running yesterday. Like yesterday I was getting like 50 to like 80% usage normally. This is kind of like a luckier scenario for me. Like I wasn't getting quite this much performance yesterday when I was playing this. I think it's important to showcase the settings that I'm using. So I'm playing on 1440p, that's the resolution of my monitor and the resolution that I play games at. DLAA with 100% resolution scale, that shit. I have an RTX 5080 as you see. Pretty beastly ass card, I love it. And it's just maxed out everything, ray tracing, everything's all set as high as it goes. So the performance is really good. Now I say that it's really good inside. And my GPU usage is going down a little bit, but you know, it's not like super duper horrible yet. You can see it start to happen already. Yeah, this is exactly what happens as soon as I go outside in this game. 50 to 60 FPS, like go down to 40. Initially, it was at like 47, 48-ish. My GPU usage is so much lower, like 50, 60-ish percent. And I'm fairly certain that it is a CPU bottleneck. Now, people have been complaining about like CPU bottlenecks and like this kind of settings for years now. Many years at this point. And you might be wondering, what CPU do I have? I have a 9950X3D. A CPU that like most people are not actually gonna be buying. Like, this CPU is probably more expensive than most people would even ever consider spending on like their graphics card, right? This is a $960 CPU Canadian, both when I bought it and currently. It's still around that like price, so that's how expensive of a processor I'm rocking here. It's a great ass processor, I love it. It does everything, video editing fine, it's fucking awesome. If you have an unoptimized game such as this, then it doesn't actually matter how powerful your CPU is, because you're still gonna run into this shit. Like I've seen like people when they've tried this, they're using like 4090s, 4080s, and like 12 900Ks, 13 900Ks, I think like a 7700Xs, like processors roughly like that, you know. They were like the kings of the day, but they're not as powerful as this 9950X3D. But it's still happening on a 9950X3D. And if I had a 5090, which I can't afford, I'm not buying that shit. But if I had a 5090, this would actually be a much worse situation. Because it would mean even less utilization than this. And you can see inside, it's still not perfect, you know, but it's way better. I'm actually hitting like 99%, 100% usage on my RTX 5080. So inside, it's fine. But as soon as I go outside And even when I go into doors, as you see sometimes, and generally, just sometimes, like right there, I get stutters, big stutters like that. That's when everything just shits the bed. Like, completely shits the fucking bed. The thing to note is, this is with ray tracing on. If I lower the ray tracing, you will notice that, you know, it's made a difference, but it's still bottlenecked. Another thing that makes me really believe it's a CPU bottleneck is if I set this back up to Ultra again. The thing that makes me really believe it's a CPU bottleneck still, even with this fucking $1,000 CPU, is if I turn on DLSS, quality, you know, I'll just give this the worst scenario. 32% GPU usage, 110 watts. So this is drawing about as much power as like a 4060, and the frame rate's no higher because the CPU is just so incredibly hammered by what I'm asking it to do. At these settings, it cannot possibly give any more frames than this. So that's just my little bit of like a, not quite a rant, but like a commentary, I guess, on the state of optimization in PC games, even on hardware like this. It's insane. Like, this really is like very unfortunate, especially the people who want to play like this, like me. I want to play with all the bells and whistles because I have hardware that should be able to handle it. But if a game is super unoptimized like this, then it's not going to be able to. So that's all I really wanted to say with this. Just like a little bit of a commentary on how this has not gotten better over time. Even like 3 years later, this still hasn't improved, at least in this game. That's all I want to say with this video, I guess. I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. Peace, take care.